So we are back with another episode. My wife has decided she wants to get in on some more supercar action. She has her Hurricane Storato at the moment. She's decided she doesn't want it anymore. Here's my wife. She wants a supercar. It has to be a...
Ferrari.
What colour?
Black.
Where's that accent?
Italian.
Okay, so time to find my wife a black Ferrari. So Camille has a very avid history as a car enthusiast. She originally started with her regular cars, her Mercedes-Benz C-Class, her BMW 4 Series, and then she upgraded to a Bentley Continental W12 with a straight pipe exhaust. Yeah. I told her that car wasn't appropriate and she changed it to the newer model of the car, the V8, and she enjoyed that way more. It was a lot more modern and it gave her the performance she wanted. However, she wanted to then graduate into supercars, and that ended up being a Hurricane Storato. However, she's had the Hurricane Storato now for about 2 years. She likes it, but she doesn't absolutely love it. So now she's in her Ferrari era. We had the 812 Superfast, we had the Ferrari SF90, and we had the Ferrari Purosangue. However, she wants her very own Ferrari now, so we start our Ferrari hunt here. All right, looking at Ferraris right now. We've got a Ferrari in Romans. I have a good relationship with Romans. Camille doesn't like the Pista shape the most. I said, what shape Ferrari do you like the most? She went, oh, the one I showed you in that video. The video was this video of a Ferrari SF90, which we already own.
It's a very nice shape.
Yeah,
very nice shape.
But do you want another SF90?
No, I think we should try. We should try the whole spectrum.
Yeah,
of Ferrari.
my issue with the SF90 is you can't put a child seat in there, which is
no ISOFIX.
And there's no luggage. You can't put any luggage. So if you want to go anywhere, like even going to the shop with the SF90 was a hassle. But I think Pista is good for two reasons. It's a beautiful looking car in my opinion, and also high resale value. The prices have hovered around this for the last 4-5 years.
The shape of the lights I don't like.
I hear it looks old. I love the design of the 488 Pista. Camille isn't really a fan. She thinks it looks dated, which I tend to agree with. However, the Ferrari 488 Pista has a strong residual value. How long that's going to go on for, or if they're going to creep up in price, I don't know. But it's definitely on the cards from my perspective. There is the F8 Tributo, which is another car. They didn't make many F8 Tributos. However, they're harder to find. What have they got? We've got a black one here. That's in Ferrari Colchester, which is in Essex. It is a nice looking car.
F8.
This is basically, it came out after the Pista. It has a lot of Pista engineering in it, but it's more comfortable, more relaxing. We looked at this one in person. This one was at European Prestige, and I really like this car. I really, really like this car. It sounded absolutely insane. The Ferrari F8 Tributo is a modern version of the Ferrari 488. It's a slightly changed design, slightly changed powertrain, and different driving dynamics. However, due to regulations, the car isn't as loud or as aggressive as the 488 was. That means that this car will be more of a slip-by cruiser, which I think is something that she would like. Alternatively, we have the 812 GTS, which is a bit of a wild card. We had an 812 before. Did you like the 812? Mm-hmm. It was a more usable car, right?
It was a vibe.
I think this is a pretty car, and I think that, again, strong residual values because the 12-cylinder is so expensive. However, this car can be quite sketched to drive, but when you put Michelin rubber on there, I hear it improves the car. My friends at European Prestige have a black 812 with like a full Novitec kit on it. Wow, look at that.
I love this.
With the Novitec wheels.
I love that.
Oh my God.
I'd sat in PPF that instantly, bruv.
This is sick.
That's amazing.
The Ferrari 812 Superfast, another Ferrari that we've had before. However, in this Novitec form, it gives the car a bit of pizzazz. And it also looks a bit more low-key than the Blue Electrico Ferrari we had previously, especially with the tailor-made painted stripes and painted shields. However, the Novitec kit just gives this car a bit more. It makes it a lot more aggressive. And through Camille's initial response to it, I think this is something that she's going to love. Unfortunately, I can't get my hands on one today, but we thought of a plan to get a driving one right now. You'll see how she'll get to drive it in a minute. Pista 812 F8.
F8.
296 GTS? I like the 296. Wow, look at this.
It looks like a Gemera.
It does look like a Gemera, yeah. 199. What a deal. And then there's the 296 GTB/GTS. I've driven this car, she's driven this car, we love it. The 296 is a car that has got a lot of flack from enthusiasts because of its V6 hybrid powertrain. However, it's one of the most engaging driving Ferraris I've ever experienced. It's almost like putting on a glove. The car just seems to fit around you. Okay, which one do you actually prefer?
Do you know what? I think a big part of this is I need to see them, sit in them, look at them. I want it to feel really special. I want it to have something.
Let's go look at some cars. Let's go. We'll go to Romans because I have a really good relationship, and then potentially we'll try to go to European Prestige. If not today, another day. To the Batmobile. So like I said, the cars on the table are the Ferrari F8 Tributo / F8 Spider, the Ferrari 296 GTB / GTS, the Ferrari 488 Pista / Pista Spider, and there's also a wild card with the Ferrari 812 Superfast. And for some reason, Camille really wants a Ferrari SF90, even though we already have a Ferrari SF90. We're heading down to Romans now. Camille's going in the Hurricane Storato. I'm going the Urus. Hopefully we can leave it there and leave with the Ferrari. Let's see what happens.
That's stunning, babe. What is this one?
SF90.
I keep wanting an SF90. We literally had one already, but I just think the shape of it is so nice.
Let's go look at the Pista outside. In person, this looks gorgeous. Rossa Fiocco or Fuoco. And then also, I thought this was just a gloss, but it's metallic as well on the stripe.
That is really nice.
It is really nice. Wow. So the Ferrari 488 Pista is basically the hardcore version of the Ferrari 488. Ferrari introduced it a few years ago. It wasn't a limited number car, but it was a limited production one car. I'm not sure how many there are in the world, but there's definitely a lot. Do you like the car? I think it looks good.
I like the vibe of it, but as I said to you at home,
like the lights.
I do not like these lights. There's something about this that I just can't connect with.
I hear you.
I think it's nicer from the back. It's got a nice S, but I ain't keen on the front.
So we've took to the Ferrari Pista. Camille, currently, what would you score the styling of the car?
5.
5. So that's about a C. So Camille gives the Ferrari 488 Pista a C in terms of design. Performance-wise, I would give the car a A-, and then residual-wise, I would give the car also an A-. So let's round the car up and say a strong B+ for the Ferrari 488 Pista. Let's look at an SF90 that they have inside. Even though we already have one, I guess we're just here again.
I mean, Tommy just set off the alarm.
Not bad.
This is nice.
So we're sitting in the SF90 Spider. We already have an SF90 Stradale. This is nice though. The space on top really makes it feel really, this is such a cool car, man. Makes you miss the SF90.
It does.
Oh,
really nice.
What a nice car.
It just has a presence about it, doesn't it?
It does, it does.
Do you like the interior?
I love the SF90 interior.
Does it make you feel like I want a red one now?
We already have a red, we literally have a red SF90 already. What is going on? My issue with the SF90 is you can't put a child seat in the front, limiting the ability to go out with our kids, and also the fact that there's no space for storage whatsoever. The Pista has a better residual value. It's more functional because you can put stuff in the front, but this is sensational. What would you rate this in terms of look?
This is a strong 9, man.
In terms of the SF90, Camille gives the design a solid A. Performance-wise, I would also give the SF90 an A-. It's got the straight line speed and it's got the comfort that you need when you need it. Residual value-wise, however, I would give the SF90 a C-, if not a D. So my Ferrari dealer sent me this car, which is essentially what the car right now. Matte black convertible.
That's so nice. I love the calipers. I love everything. Do you know what I was thinking when it's sick as well? If you do the stripe down the middle, wrap it satin and keep the stripe in gloss. See, I've got taste.
So we continue the search.
You like 296?
I love 296, yeah.
I think that would be a good shout.
But a really cheap one. Really cheap.
That's what I'm saying. They are such good value.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get very early 200s, like a tiny mileage.
Maybe 296.
296. Should we look at that next then?
Yeah, let's look forward to 296. So at the moment we've considered the Ferrari 488 Pista, the Ferrari SF90 and the Ferrari F8 Tributo. It looks like all those three are out of the picture. I understand that although the Pista has great residual value, it's one of the more expensive cars. SF90, we've already owned one. Would it make sense to get another? And also they are hard to sell. F8 Tributo is getting to the end of the period where Ferrari provide free servicing for 7 years. So eventually they will drop down even more, and then you're gonna have to worry about things like maintenance. So the list has been shortlisted to the Ferrari 296 GTB or GTS, with the GTS being the convertible version, and the Ferrari 812 Superfast. But now we have found a 296 that I think looks great. Camille thinks it looks great.
Yeah.
It's not too loud in terms of color. I think this color actually suits the car. It's not a GTS, but paying £50,000 more for a convertible roof, would you use it that much? No. And if you ever wanted that, you can upgrade. Literally. So I think this would actually be a great car to have. It's $199,000, making it one of the cheapest 296s on the market at the moment. But before we go there, let's revisit the 812 Superfast. So behind me on this wonderful garage screen, we have what is the 812 Superfast. This one is down at our friends at European Prestige, where we got the 918 from. Now, this 812 Superfast, it may not be as high a spec as the 812 Superfast we had before. However, it's fitted with the Novatec, full Novatec kit. So that comes with the Novatec exhaust and the Novatec aero kit. So it gives you this spoiler on the rear. It lowers the car. You get the Novatec wheels, Novatec diffuser. It makes it look a lot more aggressive. Camille, what do you think?
I love it.
Now, the only issue with the 812 Superfast is that drivability is a bit of a sketch one. You have 800 horsepower going to the rear wheels alone. The traction control system is designed to encourage sliding and encourage spirited driving, so it makes the car a bit challenging. So what I'm going to do is get Camille in the simulator, stick her in an 812 Superfast, and see if she can do a lap of Silverstone. Not necessarily a fast lap, but just a lap without crashing. So now Camille is in the hot seat. She's going to take the 812 Superfast around the track. But what I want Camille to do is to take it easy and just cruise. See if she likes the car, because this is pretty similar to how the car feels normal car. Nice save.
Okay, here we go.
Wait, brake harder than that, harder than that. Oh my, take your hands off the wheel, take your hands off the wheel.
Oh no.
And there goes Camille's 812 Superfast.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we shouldn't get this car.
296 it is. So Camille had to go on the simulator, Ahmed had to go on the simulator. They both struggled with the 812. The simulator is hard, it's not really fair. What I really want to do is get Camille driving at 812 and get Camille driving a 296 back to back, because those are the highest cars on the list at the moment. So it's time to go and look at a 296 and an 812 Superfast and decide which car Camille should get as her Ferrari.